Welcome back to Raw and Recovery. Yanni here. It's funny, I just got off the phone with a friend of mine and he gave me a lot of inspiration. You know, it's nice today to be able to talk about feelings and how you feel inside and what bothers you or whatnot. And right now, I'll go back to my fourth week in rehab. In my last video, I was talking about I was doing character defects, meaning I was digging deep inside to get rid of all that clutter, to be able to live life on life's terms, to be able to live life with a new reality, with a new mindset, if you want to call it that. A It's funny to say, you know. I remember at the time when I was there, I started feeling really emotionally drained, but I felt really good for the first time in my life. I felt like I was moving forward. I felt like I was finding answers, to my problem. Why would I use cocaine and drink so much? It's like I started seeing the light in the tunnel, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest with myself and I'm going to be honest with anybody who's watching. I'm in a center for 90 days, which I'm confined, right? I'm away from reality. It comes down to what you do in the real world, right? When you get out of there. You know what I mean? But we're going to get there further on. So I remember I was emotionally drained, waking up, not letting go, trying to go as deep as possible, to understand. I wanted to understand because the problem wasn't cocaine and alcohol. The problem was me, Yanni, and it's funny to say because in that 3 months, there's people coming in and out, there are different stages. Some are before me, some are after me. And the ones that are before me, for example, are afraid to get involved with these character defects. And the ones that are after me are telling me at the time that it does get better. Once you're done with that exercise, that you're gonna feel a big lift out of your shoulders, And today, when I look back at that, that's where I started building my awareness. My awareness of life. My awareness around other people. That started to see life beautiful. I fell into this pattern of waking up in the morning, actually waking up. After going through 3-4 day binges at a time, actually being able to wake up in the morning and have breakfast, exercise. And by the way, exercise is very, very important, not only in recovery, in life. I had read in a book somewhere, it's very funny. I don't recall the book, but I had read that to exercise your mind is one thing, okay? But in order to exercise your mind properly, you have to exercise your body. And what you put in your body exercises your mind. So from something switched at that time, okay, because I was always like a lover for pizza, for junk food. Let's just call it junk food to make that short. And when I read that, everything changed. And I noticed that the rehab at the time feeding me the proper food. I didn't feel heavy. I didn't feel that I wanted to eat and then just pass out. I didn't feel bloated. Played a big role in my life, today and at the time. And then at the time, I remember I had to be, it's funny to say because I would always interrupt. When you're blocking feelings for so many years, you're blocking emotions for so many years. And now I'm coming up to a month sobriety, okay? A month in recovery, a month sobriety with no mind-altering substance of any kind. I'm starting to feel things that I haven't felt like for 15, 20 years, And I would always interrupt everybody. So I remember my counselors had me lift my hand. So it's funny, but every time I'd lift my hand, I would chase my counselors. Can I ask you a question? I feel this. Is it normal? Is it normal that I'm feeling this? Is it normal that I don't understand? Is it normal, that this emotion brings me here? Is it normal that I'm crying of joy? Is it normal that I'm crying of pain? And through that, and it goes back to the friend that I was talking about today, through that, it's funny because today I've learned, in order to overcome a feeling of hurt, pain, despair, if you want to call it, you have to feel it through. You can't avoid it, because when you avoid it, it comes back. And it's okay not to feel great, not to feel UP every day. We're human. It's part of life. But the whole point is to learn how to manage your feelings. Don't let your emotions take the best of you. Don't let your emotions ruin your day. Be disciplined enough to say, you know what? Today I have this planned. Structure, schedule. I don't feel like doing it, but you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. At the beginning, it's a little harder, but then once you get used to it, it was a 1 month thing. I was coming up to my 1 month chip, if you want to call it, my 1 month. I was so proud of myself. I was so happy with myself. I started to feel joy. And that's crucial. Crucial in a good way. It's amazing. To everybody out there who's struggling right now, don't give up. You're worth it. You're worth it. Like I've said before, it's the best decision I've ever made in my life. The best. It brought me so much inwardly, outwardly. It's given me so much. It's given me so much compensation. I can't even start explaining. I'm so grateful. I'm just grateful to be alive. I hope everybody's safe. We're going through so much. And it's all about mindset. To what I can learn from every experience. So back on that 1 month, I started clicking with my counselor. I started listening to him more. I started let's do this. I remember every Saturday we had a movie group. I took movie group very, very, very serious. We would finish movie group. We had a bunch of questions to answer. So I would answer the questions. Obviously, the movies are based about feelings, movies around feelings. Example, Pursuit to Happiness, 28 Days, Sober and Clean. It's about not giving up. Nobody said it's going to be easy, but it's worth it. Everything that is not easy is worth it. Everything you overcome in life, addiction or not, is worth it. I cared so much what people thought about me. Today, I can care less. You do you, I'll do me. I'm okay with that. I found my way. You found your way. I found my way. I found my purpose. I found my why. And starting to look better. My eyes were clearing up. I started to lose some weight at the time. It was a big, big difference. I saw my family. It's funny, I saw my family after exactly 17 days. And obviously, in recovery and in sobriety, or whatever you want to call it, you don't see yourself changing as much as other people do. My mom saw me for the first time, and after exactly 17 days, and she didn't recognize me. I didn't know what she was talking about. My stutters left. I used to stutter. My language changed. I still swear sometimes, but not as much. You know what I mean? And it's funny, I started to bond with those people in there, complete strangers. 15 complete strangers. 15 of the most beautiful people I've ever met. 15 other alcoholics and addicts. They started we started like talking together, sharing feelings. You know, I only knew them for a month and I felt like I knew them my whole life because I felt that we were going through the same thing together. You know, communication is really important. I want to thank you, and till next time. Thank you very much.